football to be going real time. And I think he's probably excited about that too. I mean, your first time to go in the NFL. I remember mine. I mean, I didn't get to play until the last 2 minutes of the game, but it's something that he'll remember forever. I mean, you know, most of us have dreamt about this moment, you know, since we were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. So for him to get a chance to go out there and actually take the field, even though it's preseason.
I mean, it's funny. He's optimistic, lighthearted, but he works hard. You know, he takes it seriously, his craft, and he's watching what the others are doing, and you know, doing it his own way in which only he can. So, you know, looking forward to see him, you know, during these preseason games, and you know, how he manages the offense.
What in the NFL multiverse is going on right now? Myles Garrett and Joe Flacco just detonated Cleveland's timeline with a few casual words about Shadur Sanders in that QB1 spot. Is Flacco giving up the throne? Is Garrett a secret Shadur superfan? Are we living in primetime Cleveland? Buckle up, because this ride is fast, loud, and hilarious. And before we dive in, smash that like button and hit subscribe, because this is where we break down the chaos with receipts and with style. Let's start with the room's quiet giant, Myles Garrett. The man throws quarterbacks like lawn chairs. He was asked about Shadur, and his face said veteran calm, while his words said something even better. He remembered his own first NFL moment. He said, "You only get it once. You dream about it since you were a kid, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old." He said Shadur is funny, he's optimistic, he's lighthearted, he works hard, he takes the craft seriously, he watches the vets, then does it his way. And Garrett is excited to see him take the field in preseason and manage an NFL offense for the first time. That is a vote of respect from a franchise pillar that is not nothing. Cue the internet, because in Cleveland, even a raised eyebrow is a 5-alarm fire. Garrett says his piece, the clip hits timelines, and suddenly fans are spitting out $9 nachos because this is Cleveland and every quarterback whisper is a thunderclap. Did Garrett just validate Shadur as a real option? Did he bless the kid as a potential leader in that locker room? Even if he said it calm, the message landed loud. And no, Joe Flacco did not say anything toxic. He did not twist the knife. He did not undercut the kid. That is lazy clickbait. The vet was respectful. Flacco knows the room. He knows the media game. He knows how to mentor. He has done it before. This is a man with dad energy, swagger, who wears his Super Bowl ring like a polite reminder that he's not your average clipboard holder. He kept it simple. He kept it real. He gave Shadur credit without turning it into a circus. Still, a circus found them anyway. Because who had this on the bingo card? First preseason game against Carolina, against Bryce Young, against Jimmy Horn Jr., and Cleveland's starting quarterback is Shedeur Sanders. Yes, that Shadur, the face of Colorado's glam offense, the kid who turned Saturdays into a TV event. Welcome to primetime energy in the AFC North. Let's put stakes on the table. Headlines have already asked if the Browns are setting Shadur up to fail on Friday night. The argument says he's not had first-team reps. He has been with second and third units, so now you toss him out there with the ones against live action. Here's the counter. That's not a setup to fail. That's the best chance to succeed. Better protection, better weapons, better rhythm. If you want to know what you have in a quarterback, you give him NFL-caliber support and let him operate. That is the point of preseason reps with starters.
And yes, the clock is set. Panthers versus Browns. August 8th, 7 Eastern. Shedeur at QB1 for the night. Did he jump from 4 to 1? Maybe. Is the staff trying to see what they have? Probably. Are they throwing him into the fire? Welcome to the NFL. The good news, this is not his first time under pressure. He was born for moments like this. When the lights turn up, he turns sharper. And with all due respect to Carolina, their defensive line does not terrify you. Their secondary does not keep you awake. This is a fair test, not a trapdoor. Meanwhile, the dog pound is spiraling in the best way. Twitter renamed the stadium Primetime Energy Stadium. A fan made a Flacco Mentors Shedeur jersey out of duct tape, because nothing says Cleveland like DIY confidence. The jokes fly, the memes pop, but under the melted cheese and punchlines is a real question. Could this kid be the future? When Garrett raises a brow and Flacco smirks, you know something is brewing. It might be confidence. It might be chaos. It might be both. Let's talk context. Nobody does quarterback chaos like the Cleveland Browns. 27 starters in a decade. That is not a stat. That is a trauma response. One guy fumbled on his own face. One guy launched a throw into Lake Erie. You needed oxygen to list all the names. And the one who was supposed to be the savior lives on the injury report and in debates about what next. If Cleveland is a storm, Flacco has been the calm. He almost dragged this team into relevance with experience and spite. He is the break glass in case of emergency guy. But you cannot live behind cracked glass forever. At some point, you build something worth keeping. Enter the current moment. Why is Shedeur starting now? It is not actually that mysterious. Bodies are down. Dylan Gabriel is hurt. Kenny Pickett is hurt. Joe Flacco is in bubble wrap because they need him ready for Week 1. Tyler Huntley just arrived. Kevin Stefanski said it himself. The preseason opener goes to Sanders and Huntley. That is the plan. That is the circumstance, not a conspiracy. There is also the other sideline. Bryce Young starts for the Panthers. Last year, Dave Canales did not play his starters until the final preseason game. It looked like rust, Week 1 in New Orleans. So, this time, they get reps. The game has juice, real evaluations, real snaps with real starters. That alone makes this more than a typical August jog. Now, let us talk about Deshaun Watson's contract. It is the financial equivalent of lighting a fortune and roasting marshmallows over it. Fully guaranteed, massive, and lately it has powered 0 wins. Every injury or setback turns the Browns' depth chart into a scratch-off ticket. Maybe there's something under the backup label that hits. That is how you arrive at this Shedeur moment. Hope, curiosity, a little desperation, and a defense that is too good to waste. And that brings us back to Shadur Sanders, the player. The moment he stepped on the field at Colorado, it felt bigger than college football. The poise, the timing, the drip. He ran an NFL-style offense in a college environment that felt like a rap concert with shoulder pads. Where most college quarterbacks panic under heat, he stayed calm. He dissected defenses like he was grading homework. He is not just Deion's kid. He is a marketing machine wrapped in elite footwork with a deep ball that lands like poetry. He is camera-ready and chaos-proof. Every hit looked like it came with a free chiropractic adjustment, and he only got louder. He was bred for pressure. Now the Browns have him. Yes, the draft slid, and he made it all the way to pick 144 before Cleveland took the swing. He came in 4th on the depth chart. He is 1st for the preseason opener, and he is earning respect in that room. Garrett addressed it. He praised the work ethic, the attitude, the way Shedeur studies veterans and still keeps his own style. That matters. Here is the football fit. Stefanski's system is built on timing and precision, routes on schedule, reads on time, composure in the pocket. You do not need a hero. You need a grown-up who will not turn every third down into a panic attack. Shedeur fits that mold. He also brings flair. He will nail the play, then walk into the post-game fitting like he planned both. And do not pretend the marketing angle is not real. The NFL is spectacle. The Sanders family moves numbers. Pair Shedeur with a defense led by Myles Garrett, and Cleveland finally has something they have missed for years: identity. Something beyond sad quarterback memes and existential dread. So is this a setup to fail? No, it is a roster triage reality and a runway for a real look. Someone has to play. Teddy Bridgewater does not look ready. First team reps are valuable. Starting with the ones is a better test than dying with the threes. This is an opportunity. It is also a referendum on how this franchise thinks. The old way duct tapes 9 wins and calls it a plan. The new way tries to build forward. That is why this Shedeur moment is not just a viral snippet. It is a crack in the foundation of the old. The spark itself was small, a throwaway locker room moment. ESPN would cover it with a slow zoom and dramatic strings. Garrett was mid-interview, probably still carrying heat from the last quarterback he ragdolled. He got asked about Shedeur. He answered like he was brushing his teeth. But in Cleveland, the city that is allergic to quarterback stability, that might as well be a bronze statue outside the stadium. Here is the scene on the depth chart. The Browns are carrying 5 quarterbacks. Shedeur Sanders is the hot name today. He is officially number 4. He is starting because Pickett has a nagging thing. Gabriel has a nagging thing. Flacco has a nagging thing called being 40. He will sit. And that opens a lane for Shedeur to get real snaps. He has been stuck with deep depth chart reps all camp. Now he finally gets to say, hey, you should not have passed on me a handful of times. Then Joe Flacco took the mic. Reporters asked about the young guys. Joe did what Joe does. He kept it dry, he kept it flat, and he dropped a line that set the internet on fire. Shedeur has that look. You might want to start printing QB1 on his locker. Was it a joke? Was it a prophecy? With Flacco, you never know. His deadpan could dehydrate a cactus. What matters is the room hears him, the league hears him, fans heard him, and the city exploded. Cleveland Twitter went nuclear. Someone photoshopped Shadur onto that old Brady Quinn Sports Illustrated cover. Someone edited a Myles Garrett sack and the fumble turned into Deshaun's contract turning to dust. The prime era begins in Cleveland. Flacco crowns Shadur, flames everywhere, red arrows everywhere. Stefanski even got the Bachelor treatment. Will you accept this depth chart? It was chaos. It was comedy. It was also a pulse. So what are we really making of Shedur's pro debut? He is QB1 for a night, period. That alone is a big step. Some people are somehow mad. The same folks who called him a first rounder now think he should sit because he did not get enough reps. This is the NFL, not Pee-wee. Life is not fair. When the door opens, you step through. And Kevin Stefanski spelled it out. The preseason playbook is basic by design. This will be the most simple offense Shadur ever sees in the NFL. Call it clean, call it easy, call it fast. The point is let him operate, let him show command. One more truth. Veterans do not compliment rookies for fun. Garrett is the face of the franchise. When he talks, it echoes. Flacco is monotone. He also has a ring. He mentors quarterbacks for real. If he throws you a half joke, that sounds like QB1. It still matters. It is the cool kid nod in the cafeteria. You are not in the clique yet. You are on the radar. In a league where rookies are told to earn everything, this is a head start. All of this smells like culture shift. For years, the Browns were the NFL's group project, where the partners kept getting replaced. Dysfunction was the mascot. Now there is a different energy. Not reckless hype, not blind preseason dreams, earned intrigue. Garrett backing a rookie, Flacco not killing the idea. That is belief. And belief is dangerous here because it has been gone so long. Which brings us to the real question. Can Shadur actually win QB1? There are real pros here. First is coachability. The tape shows it. The demeanor confirms it. Shadur is not a backyard highlight reel. He is poised and composed and smart. His football IQ is not good for a rookie. It is good, full stop. You can throw a complicated scheme at him, and he will throw it back in cursive. Next is pressure tolerance. This man was built inside a media hurricane. ESPN cameras followed him to breakfast. He handled primetime noise since day one. Cleveland media is light work after that. Finally, decision-making. Cleveland needs a quarterback who protects the ball and plays to the call. Shadur does not chase hero ball on every snap. He plays smart. In this town, that alone gets you a parade route. Here is a spicy side note from the chatter. Some folks do not think Kenny Pickett is better than Shadur or Dylan Gabriel. Pickett has been in the league 3 years and has never thrown 10 touchdowns in a season. That should be the floor. Even Daniel Jones has passed that mark multiple times, and we all know how people feel about Daniel Jones. This is not a nothing burger. It will shift as we get into the season. What do you think? Drop it in the comments. Now, the cons. Rookies take hits. The NFL is faster than anything the Pac-12 ever threw at him. Windows slam shut. Mistakes get punished. You can be a fan darling in August and a target in October if your reads are late and the offense stalls. And then there is the $230 million elephant in the room. Deshaun Watson's contract is not just big, it anchors every decision. You do not bench that money without starting a front office fight. You do not park a veteran who drives the don't crash the car plan for a rookie unless you see a future. The AFC North is a fist fight. Every game matters. This is still his shot. Maybe not just tonight, maybe not a one-game miracle, but the lane is open. It has felt like the staff did not want to truly give him a climb. Now they have to, and they made the right choice. Starting Tyler Huntley would have been insulting to the moment, or a sign that Shadur was miles away. He is not. Let him play a half. If he is rolling, you stretch it to 3/4. Give him runway and see if the spark catches. Because if anyone can break through the wall, it might be Shadur. His situation is not normal. The hype is not normal. The skill and legacy and leadership all line up. He does not just belong on an NFL field. He belongs in this moment. With this defense, with this window, with this city that is hungry for a quarterback it can believe in. Let's talk long game. If Cleveland plays this right, Shedeur could be the face of the franchise going forward. Not a short-term flash, a real centerpiece. Line him up with Amari Cooper, with David Njoku, with a top 3 defense powered by Myles Garrett. Suddenly, the Browns look modern and dangerous and fun. The timeline does not feel cursed. It feels new. Add the prime effect. It started at Jackson State. It exploded at Colorado. Now it leaks into the NFL like glitter in a carpet. You cannot sweep it away. Shedeur brings eyeballs. He brings energy and youth and personality. He can flip the Browns from punchline to cultural moment. Ticket sales pop. Jerseys fly. The team's media numbers go wild. And the future of the league stops being only about arm strength. It becomes poise, identity, command. Shedeur is already built for that. Work through that back to Friday night. Stefanski said it straight. It is Shedeur and Snoop in this game. Snoop is Tyler Huntley. He just got off the airplane. They will catch him up. Expectations are the same for everyone. Operate the offense. Keep it simple. Let the guys play fast. Call concepts everyone knows. Do not overthink. Just play ball. That is the test, and that is fair. Zoom out one more time. Look at the board. Myles Garrett is the warrior leader. Joe Flacco is the wise elder. Shadur Sanders is the rising star with primetime glow. What is this team? It is surreal. It is hilarious. It is weirdly exciting. In Cleveland, the place that turns quarterback hope into yearly heartbreak. This might be a formula that finally makes sense, or at least a drama that fits the moment. The locker room is whispering about Shedeur. The fans are foaming. Social media is melting down. And it all started with 2 guys barely raising their voices. One cracked a smile. One gave an offhand line. Now every glance from Stefanski gets treated like a prophecy. Every snap from Watson or Flacco is a ticking clock. Make no mistake, if Shedeur keeps stacking good days, if he keeps looking sharp, if he keeps turning heads, you can kiss that clipboard goodbye. So Friday night, in Carolina, the lights go on. Shedeur walks out. The offense gets the most simple script he will ever see in the league. The throws are there. The reads are clean. The moment is big, but not too big. If he handles it the way he handled the chaos in Boulder, then the conversation in Cleveland changes again. And this time, it might not feel like a fever dream. It might feel like the start of something real.
If you are here for the ride, tap subscribe and drop your take below. Is this a spark or a fire? Is this the moment Cleveland finally builds forward? Or is it another chapter in the wildest quarterback saga in the NFL? Either way, we will be here, we will break it down, and we will bring the receipts every step of the way.